Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 32 in my series on dynamic duos, where I'll teach you 2 projects using the same product. Today I'm going a little bit off the range of what I normally do. I have 2 cards using the same stamp set, but I'm actually using 2 different color palettes. Here's the first card, and this is the one I'm going to be spending the most time on. It uses the stamp set Birthday Surprise. Lots of cute sketchy images, and let me show you some details on how I've created this one. I've actually cut out the letters here, and I have them up on dimensionals, and they're cut very randomly. Let me show you how I created this. I started with a half a sheet of Whisper White cardstock, and of course I love my bone folder for nice crisp creases. And then I cut another panel of white, and this is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4 to do my stamping. I used 3 colors. And I actually am going to start with the image in the center of the card. So this is Marina Mist. I find that if I work in the center, I have better luck of trying to get them even. This is Daffodil Delight and Wild Wasabi. Now that the presents are done, let's talk about the wording. You can see that the words are all on one stamp. So you're probably wondering how I did this, and I did do a little bit of masking, and let me show you the way I like to do it. I'm going to start by flipping the stamp over. I'm using a piece of Scotch tape, and I'm going to cover up the word birthday. I do want the Scotch tape to land on the clear block just to hold it in place. I wasn't sure if this was going to be enough to cover the word because it's fairly large, so I added a second strip at the bottom. Now I'm going to use my Memento ink. Whenever I'm not coloring an image in, I don't have to worry about any bleeding. So this is now my go-to black ink pad. I really love it. With the Scotch tape on, you're going to ink this up. Be sure to remove the tape. Trust me, you'll only make this mistake once and you'll never do it again. Give it a little bit of a huff, and then we're going to stamp. Big stamp, so it needs lots of firm pressure. So now I have just the word happy. Next step is you're going to need to stamp the word birthday in 3 different colors. So I'm kind of just gravitating towards the bottom of the stamp. I really don't need the word happy. All right, I'm going to cut this off because I'm not going to need that. I can certainly save it for another project. All right, so now I have it in 1 of every color. Here comes the fun part. There is no thought required. Just freehand with your scissors, I am going to cut out each word. I am literally going to cut in between each letter on an angle. Some letters you can get in a little bit more of an angled cut, some you can't. Now you're going to do this with each of the colors that you have stamped. So I'm going to repeat that process with the green, which is the Wild Wasabi, and with the Daffodil Delight. So I'll end up with a bunch of pieces. The great thing about this is you're going to be able to make 3 cards from all this chopping, not just 1. And the letters, of course, will be in varied colors, but it turns out really cute. Now you're going to notice that the letters are very small once they've been cut up. And so let me give you a little tip, because we are going to mount these on dimensionals. I actually took my dimensionals and I cut them in half while they were still on the paper. Then these smaller versions work great for these little pieces. So I'm just going to put 1 on the back. I know that's hard for you to see white on white. And then I'm just going to line this up on my grid paper so that I can get an idea of placement. And I'm going to start forming the word birthday, alternating colors as I go across. All right, I've got those adhered. You're going to notice there's an exclamation point at the end of here. It didn't fit really well on my card, so I just eliminated that punctuation. If you squeeze them a little bit more together, I'm sure you can get them to fit. Remember that card base? What you're going to do now is you're going to put dimensionals, 1 in each corner of the panel that we've stamped on and mounted our letters on. I like to put 1 in the center as well. Then this is just going to get centered on the front of your card. And I like the look because it just gives it a little bit more 3D look, a little bit more dimension to the card. Then you'll see on this one I added a few candy dots, and another great tip is make sure you use your paper piercing tool. That makes it so much easier to pick those little guys up. They already have glue dots on the back, so no adhesive is necessary. But let me show you the Dynamic Duo. Same stamp set, super easy card. I just stamped everything in single colors. I cut out the birthday hat that's actually included in this stamp set. And I used the new small star punch from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack and added a small rhinestone. You're going to love these little arrows. This stamp set is called Draw the Line. Not only does it have the arrows, but it has sketched circles that are filled in, these that are open, and yes, those do fit in here, and then last some journaling lines. But these make great plaids as well as other backgrounds. So today's Dynamic Duo are 2 cards, 2 different color formats. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Make It Monday.